Welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be seeing if the EXOTICA is actually as bad as people say. So we are going to be seeing how far we can go with only using the EXOTICA. So let's go ahead and hop into a game, and we are going to be doing this solo, and let's go ahead and check it out. So we're now in the game, so let's go ahead and open up these doors, and let's go ahead and run back here to the EXOTICA. So we can't use any of these vehicles, only this one right here. So I did also find out that you actually can't push it. So if the other vehicles get stuck, you can go to the back of it and you can push it, but you can't do that for the EXOTICA. So if this gets stuck or flips over, I'm not too sure what we're going to be able to do. But anyway, we pretty much fully built the car, and there we go. Also, we're not going to be using the hood. I never use the hood on any of my cars, just because it's a lot easier to access the engine if you don't have it. But anyway, let's go ahead and open up this door and let's try it out. So this car is absolutely massive, by the way. Like, this car doesn't feel like it should be this big. It's like even bigger than that car right there, and it seems like it should be smaller. But anyway, let's go ahead and start going. So I believe this car does have a engine that is twice as fast. It doesn't say that under the description of the car, but if you go and look at our miles per hour, we are zooming right now. So I think we're just gonna stay with the same engine right here until we get the V8 engine, because this engine is actually pretty fast. We now made it to 4,000 meters, and we did find a shop, so let's go ahead and turn around real quick. And I just realized the turn radius on this vehicle is kind of bad. So if you are going fast enough, then it is quite bad. Like right there, we just did a Y turn. But anyway, we're going behind us because we need to go ahead and stop at this shop. But so far, we made it to 4,000 meters, and it's actually only been like 2 minutes, like 2 to 3 minutes, and we already made it this far. So that's actually pretty good. So far, this car doesn't seem too bad, but we'll go ahead and see how bad it is later on. Anyway, let's see if there's anything good here. And alright, there's absolutely nothing here. We're mainly looking for an upgraded radiator. Also, let's go and check this stuff. And alright, so we're still doing pretty good. We made it this far, and we only used a liter of gas, which actually thinking about that is quite low. Usually, most of these cars use about a liter of gas per 1,000 meters, but this one, we made it to 4,000 meters and only used 1 liter. So that's actually not too bad. But let's just hope that we don't crash, because if we do crash, I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get back up. We now made it to 5,000. We now made it to 5,000 meters, and yeah, we actually made it over here quite fast. Let's go ahead and open this door, and let's go ahead and refuel. Also, by the way, I did accidentally have to restart the run because I forgot to slow down and I accidentally drove off the edge. But we're pretty much back exactly where we were. We now went ahead and fueled up 25.9 liters of gas in there. So now let's go ahead and drive across this. We do gotta make sure we do go pretty slow though. I think these wheels are like thicker than regular wheels, so it should be easy to get across this. And I kind of spoke too early because we actually almost fell right there. I think this car is so big that the wheels are kind of like spread apart more, and I think that actually makes it harder because I think this car is much wider than other cars. But anyway, hopefully we can get across this part, and there we go. We got past that pretty easily. Kind of hard on the first one, but now it's pretty easy. But anyway, we're just looking out for shops because shops have a high chance of having the like upgraded radiator. So if we could find some of those, that would be pretty cool. I now found a shop, so there is one right there. So let's hope it does have an upgraded radiator. So let's go ahead and start to slow down as well. Also, we could use some more water cans because I think our radiator, oh, and it's just like went away. And yep, here's the upgraded radiator. Awesome. So let's go ahead and grab this, toss it on here. Let's also make sure we grab some food. There's some oil. Let's also go ahead and check out these guns. So I'll go ahead and grab the AK. Y'all go and take this. I only need one, and there we go, 158. Flip the lever, and now let's go ahead and eat this stuff. There we go. And now let's go ahead and toss in the new radiator. So this one is only half gone, but we might as well go ahead and toss it out. Well, actually, I guess I'll just keep it in there since it is kind of being weird. And let's go ahead and toss in this new one. So there we go. And now we also should have enough water to make it to the 15,000 meter mark. But anyway, let's go ahead and attach the AK, and now let's go ahead and keep driving. So now we should pretty much be fine to 10,000 meters. Also, by the way, this car so far does not seem that bad because so far we haven't flipped over and nothing really bad has happened to the car. We now made it to 10,000 meters. Well, technically 9,000 meters, but anyway, we made it to this checkpoint. So let's go ahead and fit through here, and hopefully we can get through here pretty easily. And hopefully my doors didn't get destroyed right there. I think some probably did though. But anyway, we made it through that checkpoint right there pretty easily, and let's go ahead and speed past this dude. And it looks like if you want to, we could actually get a vampire engine. Let's go ahead and stop here to see the damage though. So it looks like we only lost this back part, so that's not bad. And if we wanted to, we could get a vampire engine kind of in a weird spot up there, but I guess we could. We don't really need it though because this engine is already pretty fast, and for some reason the vampire engine does like overheat very easily. Even if you have water in your radiator, it will still overheat. So we'll just go and stick with this one until we get the V8 engine. And And another thing that I realized is that this car doesn't really like spin out of control. With other cars, if you're going fast and something appears in front of you, sometimes you have to go ahead and swerve to the side to go ahead and avoid it. But with this car, if you go ahead and swerve around something, you don't really like lose control. Like right here, I can go ahead and quickly turn like right and then left, and we don't lose control. So like right here, I'm quickly turn right, quickly turn left, and we don't really lose control of it like how we do with other cars. With other cars, if you lose control, it does like a whole 360 and stuff. But with this car, it doesn't really spin out of control so far, and that's actually quite nice. Anyway, we made it to the 15,000 meter checkpoint up here, so let's go ahead and hop out and let's check it out. So we are probably gonna switch to the V8 engine. So what I'm gonna do is I'll still put this one on the top, and I guess it will just go ahead and stand here because for some reason it's not letting me take this stuff out. So I guess I will just go ahead and stand there. So we will use the V8 engine. If it turns out that this engine right here is actually better than the V8 engine, then we'll go ahead and switch back to it. But anyway, let's go ahead and empty out all this gas right here, and it actually looks like this car is too low to the ground that we can't actually empty out the fuel. So let's actually try moving it to the edge, and let's like put it at a bigger of a slant, because yeah, it's actually not emptying out the gas right now. So I now brought it all the way over here and I put it at a bigger of a slant. So let's go ahead and remove these wheels and let's try it now. And it's still not opening, and it's at a big slant right now, and it's actually still not emptying. So actually it looks like you can't change the gas on this until we run out. So let's go ahead and put it at a bigger of a slant. There we go. And yeah, so for some reason you can't empty out the gas on this. So that does kind of stink because that actually means we can't switch out the engine. So if you could empty out the gas, this would like definitely empty it out, because look at how much it's at an angle and it's not emptying out. It's staying the same. And yeah, so I guess that is a downside to this. So I guess we won't be using the V8 engine. So we went ahead and attached some things to it. Not too much. It is quite hard to attach some things to it because there's not very much room, and for some reason it won't really let you attach it up here. Also, we currently have 30 liters of gas. It looks like it did go down one, but there we go. So we have 30 liters. We'll get and see how far this can get us. It'll probably get us over 100,000 meters to be honest, but let's just get and see how far we can get with this. But it does seem that we can't switch over to a V8 engine, because I believe the V8 engine is actually much better at getting up hills, so that would be kind of nice. We now made it to 20,000 meters, and alright, I tried driving straight through them because we were going way too fast, and I think it is either nighttime or a solar eclipse event right now. So yeah, we are being like bombarded by people, which we can't even see right now because it's so dark, and it looks like we did die. We will go ahead and respawn though, so let's go ahead and use a free revive. And so far this car doesn't seem that bad. We made it this far in only like 20 minutes, so far it doesn't seem that bad. And all the people did go ahead and despawn, and there's pretty much nothing here for us because we can't really use any of that anyway. But anyway, let's go ahead and keep driving. So far there aren't really too many downsides. Like nothing has really happened right now. Let's actually try crashing because I want to see what happens whenever this car flips over. So far it hasn't flipped over, which is actually quite surprising. But anyway, let's go ahead and hit this rock right here and let's see if we flip over. And alright, so we went ahead and flipped over right there, and let's see if anything happens. With the ATV, if we flip over, it automatically like corrects us, but right now it looks like nothing is really happening. And here's the car right here, so we aren't able to push it, and we did just detach the door, so we aren't able to push it like other cars. And let's actually go ahead and remove these. So there we go, it's fully upside down. Let's see if anything happens. And yeah, it looks like nothing is happening. So it looks like if you tip it upside down, it just like doesn't do anything, and it looks like there's really no way to correct it unless you use TNT. So if you use dynamite, then you should be able to correct it, but other than that, it looks like you can't do anything if it flips over. And also, since it's fully tipped over, let's see if we can empty out the gas tank. So yeah, so it looks like now we can empty out the gas tank. Now that's flipped over 180 degrees, so at least it is possible. But if you do want to change out the engine, then yeah, you gotta pretty much flip it a whole 180 degrees to go ahead and empty out the gas and go ahead and fill it with diesel. But yeah, overall it's not that bad. I actually would probably use this car more if you were able to push it, because right now the main reason that I don't use this car is because you can't really flip it over. The only way to flip it over is with dynamite. You can't flip it over by hand, and you also can't push it. So back on the bridge over there, if I were to get stuck, I wouldn't be able to fix it because I wouldn't be able to get unstuck by hand, and also we won't be able to use dynamite over on the bridge because it's very likely that the dynamite will go ahead and flip it off of the bridge. So if they make it so that you can push it, then it would be pretty nice. But other than that, I would probably stick to other vehicles such as the van. But overall, this car isn't actually that bad. If you didn't buy it, then you didn't really miss out, but it's not as bad as I thought. And also, if you are planning on using it, then I would probably recommend attaching a trailer to it as well. But anyway, that's gonna be all for this video though, so make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you all in the next video.